If you love to travel, then today's episode is for you. Our guest today has traveled over 24 plus countries and she has 164 more on her list. She started preparing this list when she was in class 5th. Our guest today is Shivani Singh. She goes by the name Wimsatpu. Her work has been featured in Samsung India's top 25 digital creators. In life, there are some conversations which feel, so much enriching and so much fulfilling. This is one of those conversations for me. We went on from talking about travel to life in general to self awareness, and that is why I feel that this conversation is a power package of boosting your mental space. I hope you find the same fulfillment from this conversation that I did. Please let us know your thoughts on this conversation. Also, please tell us what you would like for us to cover next. Let's get started. Hi Shivani, welcome to Recorded.
Hi, Unnati. Hi. Thank you so much for having me here.
I am, already so much pumped about this conversation because, travel is something that you may be not able to travel, but the atmosphere, even the talks, about travel, they create an aura that you are already very much pumped up, and it feels so refreshed to even talk about traveling.
Ask me, and I'm unable to travel from so many months. So, I mean, I can't even tell you. Whenever these days, especially whenever I talk to my friends about travel, I really start jumping like a kid. And then I start telling them that, you know what, these are the places that I'm going to go next. And they'll be like, oh, okay, we'll see when you're going. So, like, it's always a pleasure to talk about travel.
Right.
That's the best thing in the world.
So, what are the next places that you are, planning to travel?
Okay. There's so many. So I want to travel to Northeast. Um, yes, because I've never been to Northeast. That's one place that is on my list. Uh, then I wanted to, and I still want to travel to a lot of religious places in India because there are a lot of temples in India that are so beautiful and they are unexplored, and we don't even know about them. So that's another thing that I want to do. So I wanted to travel to. I have already been to Rishikesh. It was a beautiful experience. I want to go to Vrindavan. I want to go to Varanasi, and then a lot of temples in South as well. So that's in India. When you ask me about outside India, the next okay. So I have a list of countries that which I made in when I was in probably in fifth or sixth standard. So I
Wow.
go by the yeah. So I go by the I don't disturb the flow. So I
Oh,
go by the number. So the next that falls in my list are Russia, Morocco, and some countries of Latin America. So probably whenever the travel opens, those are the next countries that I would love to travel.
so you were like planning to travel when you were in fifth or sixth only? Like is it this like a family kind of a thing which has
No,
made
no,
to travel, or is it something
no.
you gained yourself?
My dad and my mom probably yes as well. They hate traveling. So my
Ah,
dad never steps out of his house. Never. I mean, kahin jana ho, to my dad will be like, he'll just tell my mom that, you just go, I can't travel. So he hates traveling. I don't know from where this bug has come, but yes, from fifth or sixth standard. So I really used to love the geography, a class. So whenever the teacher used to tell about different countries, I used to note them down, and they used to just get added in my list. So one country as such, which I tell you from where this fascination has started, was Argentina. So she was telling about Argentina, and I fell in love with the word, the way it is pronounced, right? Argentina. I was like,
yeah.
okay. So I think the love for travel started from there, and I started making the list in my diary.
Okay, so
Uh,
which
yeah,
was the very first place that you visited?
it was Trinidad and Tobago
Where
in
is it?
Latin America. Sorry, in Caribbean.
Okay, okay. And where in India was your first travel?
So India, I've been to. I've been to many places. So we used to go to Rishikesh a lot when we were kids with my dad, because my dad somehow loved that place. So that is the only place that used to travel while we were kids. So Rishikesh, yes. So I will. Yeah, that's the first place that I remember when I was a kid. Oh, so when I was 2 years old, my dad and my mom took me to Kashmir, which obviously I don't remember. But
Right.
yeah, so technically it was Kashmir, but what I remember is
Is
Rishikesh.
Rishikesh. So have you ever, like, in your presence, been to Kashmir area? Like
No,
that or
that's
recent?
again on my cards. No, no, no.
I,
So my current boss, she told me about Kashmir. She just went, I think, in January, and she is behind me. That Shivani, that's one place that you have to travel. So that's another place that I want to travel.
so you work as well, right? Like just you mentioned your voice. So
Yes.
how do you manage, work and travel along? So it would get a bit
So
difficult.
that way, somehow I had been lucky that way. So my company understands that, okay, she has this thing of traveling, otherwise she'll get cranky. So in every 3 4 months I get a, I get a holiday of around 10 to 15 days, and I'm not allowed to take my laptop. So that way I had really been lucky with my organization.
That's
By the way, I just changed my organization in October, and this is a new organization. They don't know about this
your
thing, so I
travel
don't know how they'll
strategy.
react. Yeah. So let's see. So
So
that way I
what are
had
you?
been really lucky.
So what are you doing as per your profession? Matlab, from what I see, like I will just give you a vague idea. Like it's a guess that you might be into maybe graphic designing or something related to marketing or branding and something like that.
Yes, so I am completely I'm a mix of marketing and design. So I do a lot of freelancing in design of mobile apps, UI, UX. But I am a marketing person by profession. So I handle marketing department in my current organization and also in my previous organization. So it's a mix of marketing and design.
So when you started with your the place you were traveling, that was your first travel destination. What was the name? Like I'm very bad with names.
It's called Trinidad and Tobago. It's a small island.
Oh
It's
wow,
yeah.
you directly went to Ireland.
Yes.
I mean, people generally go to countries and explore countries, and then they have the fantasy of maybe going to Ireland or something. So
So
you
that
have
was actually a work opportunity.
already.
So from my yes, so from my first organization, I really got this opportunity to travel to many amazing countries that we do not even know about, or we do not even think about going to those countries. So I'm really thankful to God for giving me those opportunities, and also to my boss and to the organization, for that thing. So my travel thing also started from there.
Right. So what are
Yeah.
some of the countries, if you would like to share with us, that are still unexplored and we should definitely go and explore them?
Oh, please. I always tell people that if you're a beach person, then you need to see Caribbean islands. The beaches out there are outstanding. There are no words. There are absolutely no words. I love the culture of Latin America. That is why I want to go back again. So I have just been to Colombia, one country there, and the culture is so beautiful. It is so rich that I cannot explain in words. Another country is Jordan and also Egypt. So these are two countries that I've fallen in love with. They are uh, again, they're so beautiful, and I tell women a lot that you can travel solo to these countries. You do not have to be scared, because they're beautiful, they are safe, people out there are very nice. uh, Another country I would probably add again is Iceland.
Mm.
It's gorgeous. I mean, it's heaven. Literally, it's white heaven. Uh, we all have been. I mean, we all have heard and been to Europe. So I will not mention about much about Europe countries, but these are few countries that are on top of my mind, which are like, I mean, they have to be explored.
Right. So which was your, first very solo travel experience?
Of the first one, Trinidad and Tobago, I went
Okay.
solo.
You went solo
All my
right
experience,
away.
yes.
Wow.
So all
That's
the countries
amazing.
that I've been to are solo. I mean, I shouldn't say this probably on camera, but I don't like traveling with people. It's like it disturbs my routine. So and I'm like a child when I'm traveling. So I sometimes I don't sleep, you won't believe. And I just leave the hotel at sometimes at 5:36 to just explore. I hate wasting time when I'm somewhere else, when I'm on travel. So, and obviously generally people don't like it. So
Right.
rather than getting into fight and getting uncomfortable, I like traveling alone, traveling solo with my own pace, and those things.
So what are, some of the, like just you mentioned that their culture and everything is very rich. So what are, some of the things that you loved and what makes you, go back over there?
The first thing that I love about them, about the Spanish culture, is is the people, and the way they live like king or queen size. I mean, everything is closed by 5 6. They are not like workaholics like us. They have a life, and they have a thing that they need to enjoy life.
Right.
And if it's a country like Nicaragua and all those beachside countries, at 6, even in Trinidad, everything is closed at 4 5, and people are out there at beach every day. There is a celebration. It's a celebration. Yes.
Wow.
And yes,
I really
it's
feel
like
like,
that.
like in India, we have this mindset ki if a person is on holiday, or if a person is, taking a much time for themselves, then probably they are not working, or probably they are not very much goal oriented.
Yes.
So like this is like we should have this culture in, in India itself, I guess.
We should, and I
Yeah.
think now with the young age coming, with the millennials coming in, and I mean that culture I think is coming up.
Right.
But it will take time, especially in our corporates and all. It's gonna take time.
Right. In
It's a long
corporate,
journey for us.
like for corporate, so it's like two different level, a very long journey,
Yeah, especially in India.
especially in India, right?
Yeah.
So how do you, when you were, going, and you would have told your parents that you are going on a international trip, that too solo. So what was their reaction like? Like, they would be a bit scared कि नहीं नहीं जाना है. You would मतलब कैसे अकेले जाओगे? How will you manage? So did you face
My
something
mom
like that?
is my yes, my mom is still same. Okay, when I generally don't tell her while booking the tickets. I tell her when the tickets are done and it's like I have to travel in another 2 3 days, and she'll start the crying session will start, that क्यों जाना है ऐसा क्या है, यहाँ नहीं घूम सकते हो क्या? And there'll be a long conversation. I'll have to kind of tell her, console her, and all of that stuff. But then they know, okay, इसको करना है तो करेगी, so they can't stop me. So they're okay with it now. So, but yeah, they really get concerned because I go alone. That's another
Right.
thing.
Right.
So
So
yeah.
when you were yourself planning to go, for the first time solo, were you like nervous? Were you a bit hesitant?
Yes.
So
Yes.
how did
I
you
still
manage?
get really scared. So especially while I was flying to Egypt 2 years back, trust me, in the flight it was like I'll start crying, and then there was a person, there was a gentleman next to me. He was Egyptian, and then he saw the nervousness, and we started talking, and then he told me that, look, Egypt is a nice country. I know, people think otherwise, but we are nice people, and you'll be fine and all. I get nervous, but once I land in a country, that's it. I'm like a free bird. Then I don't care.
Have you ever faced, any place where you would have regretted that I would have not come solo? Or maybe you were like, you would have questioned yourself कि नहीं आना चाहिए था मुझे अकेले, it's not safe.
Never,
Yeah. Never.
never, never. I have been to countries like Tanzania alone, and people really told me that, do not venture out alone with cab drivers, or do not, go here or there after 6. I used to go out, and you just have to be a little careful. Touch wood, it has never happened, or touch wood, I've not faced any such situation. The key is to be really careful about the people who are around you and about the things that are happening around you, and that's it. You'll be fine. So it has, touch wood, it has never happened.
So how do you plan, कि मतलब if it was for a work trip, so how do you plan your day कि नहीं मुझे यहाँ यहाँ जाना है, what will all I do? So how do you plan all of that accordingly? मतलब what are your places कि मतलब कुछ लोग को होता है ना, we have to go there and explore maybe local markets, कुछ को होता है we have to go there and eat food, मतलब वहाँ का जो भी cuisine है, कुछ का dance, किसी का कुछ. So what is your go to thing to, while you are traveling?
So I am not a foodie. So that way I feel I'm lucky because I don't go and explore. But I love cafes. So they're cafes is the first thing that I choke down whenever I'm going to that. Okay, list of the most famous cafes in the country or in the city, I should say. And those are the things. Then I obviously list down the most famous places. So I'm a big fan of architecture, and though I'm not saying I understand architecture, but I love seeing those old buildings and the heritage and all of that stuff. So those are the first things that I really list down, and then I try and go there, understand the history, and talk to people around. And so I sometimes it's very planned, sometimes it's not planned. Like my Egypt and Jordan trip was very planned. I knew that, okay, I have to go here, here, here. I actually hired 2 guides for me who helped me, who were there for me. But then my Iceland trip was, I went to Scandinavia, 4 countries last year, just before the lockdown. Thank God I came back. And I did not plan it that way. I just went there, and like I was in Stockholm for 3 days. I was just venturing out. I was just out there on the road. I was just on my feet. I was roaming around. I was seeing the city. I was actually talking to people randomly. So those are few things that I did in my last trip. So it's a mix of it. I don't know. I think it depends on where I'm going to. But my Iceland particularly, not Norway or Sweden. Iceland was something that I wanted to see few things in Iceland that I planned.
Okay, okay, that's
So
great.
it depends on the place that I'm going to.
Do you face language barrier? Like, how do you, come up with the language barrier thing?
It's okay. Yeah, it happens, but somehow I feel it's not a barrier. It's not a barrier. It cannot stop you from traveling, or it cannot stop you from having what you want or having your fun. So it's completely okay. Uh, it's completely okay. I don't consider language as a barrier ever.
So, what
Probably
is?
because I was in
Mhm. No, no, please
probably I
go
was
ahead.
in probably because I was in Hyderabad for 14 years. I never used to understand the language, and maybe that is the thing that has made me so comfortable around a language that I don't understand. So it's completely fine with me.
So, which is, your best experience till date, while traveling and everything, which is your best experience, that if you still remember it, like any travel experience that you will remember, you will still smile. But, which is the one that makes you still happy? And, what is something that you just remember all around your life and will just go on remembering?
Oh, there's so many. The first time that I saw pyramids was the feeling is something that I cannot explain in words. It was uh, it was just very beautiful. The second is when I saw the treasury in Petra. Oh my God, it's so beautiful. It's I mean it was amongst the seven wonders in the world. It is so beautiful. Uh, Now, if you ask me about the experiences, it has to be from Iceland because nothing beats it till today. It's unbelievably beautiful. It's so beautiful.
So
The aura
maybe,
out there, the
so
everything about the country.
So maybe I guess then we should go on an unplanned trip and maybe then we will create much more beautiful memories. Like
Probably yes.
taking from you, just like you said that
Yeah.
Iceland was one of the trip that you have not planned and still you were
Yes.
on your own. So I guess, when you are rushing towards, you have to see this, you have to catch up on this.
Hmm.
So you're not able to take the whole essence of the place maybe. And when you're on your own, you don't have places to visit, you're just enjoying. So maybe at that point of
Yeah.
time, you create much more beautiful memories. Like maybe that's the thing. I
I
don't know.
think
I'm
I
just
agree with you. I completely agree with you. So I went with so I went to Rishikesh and Himachal with my family. I mean this year, and the deal that we did was, whatever pictures or whatever videos you want to take, we will get 15-minute slot. So you do whatever you want. I mean, it's your wish. People will help you in taking pictures and videos, but after that 15 minutes, the phones are in the bag.
that's
And I
great.
love the idea. I think I'm going to apply
Yeah.
it everywhere wherever I go. And generally, I'm not I forget to click pictures. By the way, pictures and videos. By the way, it's one thing that I want to
So
improve as well.
I guess you are the first person that I'm listening from, that I forget to click pictures because generally when people are out, they have to like, हमको जाकर के post करना है. So we need a picture, मतलब, to maintain their blogs
No,
also.
no.
क्योंकि today people like this has transformed into a full to business also. So, we have to click pictures, we have to do this. So do you regret sometimes not taking pictures?
Yes. By the way, there are many trips where I don't have good pictures, especially the
Oh,
beginning ones. I don't have the pictures. So even now, when I think about my previous pictures, I could have done so much. I could have done so much in terms of taking videos and making content and clicking pictures, but I am not good at it. Once I go to a place, I see beauty, I just get so lost. I forget to take. I forget to. I just don't know what happens to me. I just forget to take the pictures and click the thing.
so how
It's good. It's
it's
also bad.
bad, right? Everything comes with a pro and a con. Yes.
Yes.
So I was reading your blog yesterday. So I came up with this blog, of responsible traveling. And just a few months back I went to McLeodganj, and the culture over there is that people sleep very very early, like they are into their
Hmm.
homes maybe around 9 or maximum say 10. And I saw that the people who were coming from outer states, they were just already their people don't have cars and everything that much, but we already take so much pollution with us when we go over there. There are
Hmm.
cars of other people's from other states that are traveling, and except for that वो लोग क्या कर रहे थे, they were traveling, like they were just गेड़ी मारना जिसको कहते हैं, they were doing that in
Hmm.
those states. And that too, they were music was so high, and in fact they were also horning around, honking. And I literally felt so bad at that point of time, because like that, this is kind of an irony, because we are going there, we are thinking
Hmm.
that we want peace, and we are going there to rejuvenate ourselves. And फिर हम वहां जाकर के भी if we are doing the same thing, अगर हम वहां पे जाके भी spoil कर रहे हैं, so what's the मतलब फायदा क्या है?
Point.
So
You
what do you
destroy
think?
their peace as well.
Exactly. So what do you think, that what are the precautions someone can take? कौन सी ऐसी चीजें that we should keep in mind, that we need to respect their like the people over there, and the surroundings of there. So what are the things that we as a traveler or any tourist can do to help maintain that?
So, see, whenever people talk about responsible traveling, the first thing that everybody is talking about, and it's really good, is to save the environment and all of that stuff, which obviously is a part of responsible traveling, and it should be. But nobody talks about the things that you've spoken about.
Right.
We need to respect the local people and local culture. I always say that. If you're going to a party place, like if you go to Goa, if you're going to North Goa, it is completely a party place. It's okay. But if you go to South Goa, it's a very peaceful place. You cannot be a traveler and go and disturb the harmony of a place or of the people. And sometimes I feel it comes from within. You cannot push these things, down the throat to. You cannot push it to people. They have to understand.
Right. They are very small things, maybe you are in your car, you are eating chips ka packet, don't throw it out, just keep it in
Oh
your
my
car.
God.
मतलब I
इतनी
just
बड़ी कार लेकर उसमें उनके
exactly
लिए इतनी जगह नहीं
जगह
होती है
नहीं
कि
है.
they keep the things inside the car and then
Right.
have that, it's common
Common
sense.
sense. So where are you from North India वैसे मतलब?
I am from Saharanpur. It's a very small
Okay.
place,
I know.
yeah, in UP.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I am from there.
I was born in UP, but I have been brought up in Punjab.
Which part?
Kanpur. Kanpur,
Oh, you're
UP.
from Kanpur. Okay.
Yeah.
I love Kanpur accent, by the way.
So मेरा actually that accent has slowly demolished. मतलब when I'm with my family तो वो आएगा ही ना, आप कर लीजिए. And when, because I have grown up in Punjab, so it's like कि when I'm with my friends तू ये तू वो. Now when I have moved to Delhi to study, it's like now I'm like कि अभी आप बोलना is too much वैसे कर लीजिए, and तू like seems so rude, so अब मैं बीच वाला कि तुम कर लो. अभी I am at that place. Now whenever I'm meeting someone, I'm like तुम अभी बीच वाला पकड़ लिया है.
Yeah.
So like have you had any bad experiences while traveling?
No,
None till
none.
date? Wow.
None till date. Touch wood. None till date.
So that's something, like I thought कि maybe कुछ तो maybe something.
I can't think of, or probably I don't carry the negative things.
I like that.
Yes, probably that is the reason. But I cannot remember any such thing. It's all my travels have been just beautiful. Just beautiful. No, seriously. Now when you're saying, I'm also thinking, is it possible? But maybe I don't carry the negativity or the negative experiences if something would have happened. But honestly, nothing big has happened ever. Wherever I go, I meet nice people. In fact, I was staying in Airbnb for the last stay in Sweden, Norway, and Denmark, and even in Iceland. I took Airbnb. I was staying with people out there with families. It was a wonderful experience. It was beautiful, and I think I'm always gonna take Airbnb now because you get to see and you get to meet local people and talk to them, and the kind of things that they can tell about culture nobody can.
Can, right. So have you ever, except for BNP, actually stayed at locals' place, like crashed in local place for a night or maybe something like that?
Never. But I am planning to do that in whenever I go to Latin America. I want to travel all the countries in one stretch. I want to go there for 4 5 months. That is when I'm planning to do all these adventures.
Brain winter. So how do you like think of how would you do that? Can you please stay at your place at the night, or how do you plan to project it on the someone?
Why not? If you meet someone, you meet wonderful people when you travel. You meet someone in a bus or you meet someone in a cab or somewhere you're traveling. Why not? So, if you see, again, I mentioned about it before as well. You have to be really careful, because especially I'll not say especially when you're a woman, even as a man, you have to be really careful. And if you strike the chord, and if your gut tells you if the other person is nice, and why not to do that? So I really want to do that now. I want to experience that kind of unplanned trip as well.
So you have
Yes.
stayed till now in Airbnbs, hotels, and what all, like dormitories as well?
No, so mostly I used to stay in hotels till my last trip. It was just my last trip that I decided that okay, I need to explore something else, and I was really really scared, honestly. But then I booked my Airbnbs after a lot of research, and it was perfectly fine. It turned out to be a wonderful experience, and I think going forward I'm gonna take Airbnb as one of the things that
Mm.
I'm gonna do.
Right. So, there are many ways that, like, there are people who take traveling as full time. And I guess there are many ways that people earn while traveling. So, do you have
Mhm.
any ways that, you think that people can earn while they are traveling?
They can, but it's in a very advanced stage. I'll be very honest here.
Mhm.
I will not, beat around the bush.
Right.
So it's in a very advanced stage. So whenever I travel, sometime I get discount.
Mhm.
I get discount on clothing as well. Sometimes I get discount on hotels. Obviously, not on flights. So I get all those things, but not to the extent that I can afford to travel without my job or without my extra income.
From
It has not gone to that extent. Yeah. So though I would love
take
to reach
travel
that
as a full
stage
time.
where yes, travel
Yes,
becomes my full-time job.
time job. So
So yeah,
maybe for that you will have to be a little more active on taking photos and making videos.
yeah, actually,
Maybe you have to do
actually,
that.
yeah.
So, like, have you ever done hitchhiking, like taking lifts from strangers and anything like that? Have you ever done
Uh,
that?
no, not as of now.
You are
No.
planning to do that.
Yes, yes.
So,
So because
otherwise, yeah.
I think I have more opened up after my Egypt trip. My fears have gone. Um, and after my Iceland trip, they have gone to the extent after staying in Airbnb, as I told you, and doing all of that stuff. I am okay to adventure a little more now, like the way you mentioned, staying
Right.
at strangers' place
Great.
and taking ride from. I am planning to do that, and I want to do that in my next forthcoming trips for sure.
So I am a very big foodie, right? So I want to know, what is one place that, which has some amazing food? Like,
Please don't ask me about food. I am okay. So they say there are people who live to eat and who eat to live, right? I am the later one. I eat to live. So you give
I
me
am the first
anything
one.
in the world.
I
Yeah. So you can understand. Uh, you give me anything. Trust me. I don't go and explore food. So that's one thing that is missing from my uh,
Right.
yeah, from the travel experiences. So
Experiences.
people tell me that if you went to Jordan, you did not try they have some I forgot the name, some sweet. Even my driver was behind me. Madam, please, I want to take you there. Madam, please, you take this thing for your family. I was like, I'm not interested. Probably coffee. Yes, coffees are something that is one thing that I love, and I go and I try wherever I go, I try coffees there.
I am a big time foodie. Like, if I am going, like, just like I told you, na, कि अभी recently I visited Himachal. So I was कि मुझे mountains के momos खाने हैं. And every day, like, I was there for around just 2 to 3 days, just on a weekend because I'm working as well. So each day, like, I was having momos. मतलब कि कहीं भी गए, I was like, नहीं मुझे ये momos खाने हैं, क्योंकि हिमाचल में otherwise वैसा कुछ इतना मतलब अलग नहीं होता. Maybe
Uh,
if I would have stayed at locals या वैसा कुछ हुआ होता, so I would have got to know more about food over there and
The
otherwise.
local food.
Right, but I was there for just 2 or 3 days, and 2 or 3 days it's like, you have to go there and there and there, so you are just eating at maybe dhabas or restaurants and ऐसे. तो उसमें सिर्फ I had the option of momos, so उसमें भी I was like every day I had momos, मतलब खाना ही एक बार तो. And एक बार तो ऐसा हो गया, like I had dinner at night and I was like अब मुझे मोमोज खाने हैं, मतलब I thought कि खाना खा के I will have momos, but after that my stomach was so full कि मतलब उसके पास जगह नहीं थी, otherwise I would have had momos like second or third time also in
Again.
a day. I am that much a big of a foodie.
No, I'm not. But since you have mentioned, I would say पहाड़ों की Maggie. There is some taste, no? कुछ तो मजा आ जाता है यार मैगी में ना. तो पहाड़ों की जो मैगी है ना, मतलब oh my god, that craving for pahad and Maggie has come back.
And along with that, I like to have coffee, like coffee,
Yes.
Maggie, and bas dekho.
I love tea. I love teas of again mountains. Those जो वो ढाबा होते हैं ना, Maggie and tea, and oh my god, if there is a river or there is a stream, that's it. I mean, you don't need anything else in life. Yeah.
Right. So I just going through your blog post, I got to know that you have also had a thing like this post about Schengen visa. Please tell me if I'm pronouncing it correctly or not. Maybe I'm not pronouncing it correctly. It may be a thing. So, and
I think it is Schengen visa.
Schengen.
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, everybody knows what we are talking about.
No, I
don't care about, by the way. Yeah, so I don't care about mispronouncing the word because see, it's okay. I think it is Schengen visa.
I tried finding out what do we actually spell it, but it was like every other person was spelling it, like pronouncing it some other way. So I was like, नहीं पता कि इसको क्या बोलते हैं. I will just say and I will ask her only कि क्या बोलते हैं इसको. You only tell me. So what do you think that it is? We will go with that only.
Schengen visa. I call it Schengen visa.
Schengen
visa. Yeah. The way you pronounce it's right. Yes.
Right. So I'm going with you. It's Schengen visa now. So what I guess Schengen visa is for the European countries, right? If I'm not wrong.
Yes.
Yeah. So they have around 26 countries that come under. So what is the main reason behind that? Like, why is the special visa for all the 26 countries?
I think because it comes under European Union. I think UK has a separate visa, but a lot of countries in Europe, most of the countries fall under Schengen visa, which I think is a brilliant thing because you just have to take one visa and you can, just go from, you can just hop in and hop out from one country to another. That's like brilliant. It doesn't happen in Latin America. I was searching for it that it should happen in, most of the continents though. So for Latin America, you have to take visa for all the countries. Okay. So and okay, so it was honestly for the Iceland trip, for the Scandinavia trip, it was so one of my friend wanted to come with me. She's my best friend. Somehow she managed to convince me to come with me, and I was dreading the thing, but then I can't say no every time, right? So she also applied with me. Her visa was rejected twice. We have no idea why. Yeah, so I got the visa in the first go. I think probably because she traveled to China in September to 2019. So probably that might be the reason because COVID was just coming up. Yeah.
Right.
But my visa was.
Right. So I guess the visa is eligible for 90 days, if I'm not wrong, right? If
yes. Generally, yes. I got for 3 months, but sometimes people also get only for 15 days or 20 days.
Okay.
Or 1 month.
So within that,
one of my friends got it for a year, surprisingly.
So I just kind of read everything about it and I just saw everywhere that it was, you can get it for 90 days basically. And I guess within those 90 days, you can travel to any country, like any of those 26 countries.
There's no problem. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It should be there in most of the continents that, you take one visa and then you travel around wherever you want.
Right. So, so where do we have to, in which country? Is it something like, you have to apply for a particular country? Or
no. So the most the countries that are really very people apply the most are one is from Italy or from Netherlands. So they say that Amsterdam is the best, probably because you go to. So I think so that you have to go to that city first, that country first. So wherever you are taking the visa from. I think so. I heard this when I was going to Iceland,
Mhm.
and I took my visa from Denmark when I was going to
Right.
Iceland because I think when you apply for Iceland, Iceland has
Mhm.
this thing that you can only go from 2-3 countries. So either Denmark or Netherlands. But I had already been to Netherlands, so I thought, okay, it's better to apply from Denmark, and applied from Denmark. Uh, so
So
yeah,
you
but
traveled.
it's very easy.
Okay, so what's the process like? I mean,
You just need the documents. You take an appointment on their website. Just go there with the documents. They'll ask you some questions. They'll check your document. They'll do the biometrics, and that's it.
so the website of the like Denmark's embassy.
Yes, yes,
Okay,
yes.
okay. And
So
what?
in my blog post, I think I've given the URL and everything.
All right, all right. And what
Yes.
is? I will be linking it down in the description. Otherwise, also like it's really very
Yeah.
helpful, because like I
Because
actually came to know about this thing through your blog post itself. And what are the documents that are required for the visa? Like anything special?
uh, no, it's the regular your form 16. I mean your IT returns. A letter from your company saying that they don't have a NOC letter from your company, and I think 6 months salary slips. The
Okay.
regular the
Mm-hmm.
regular documents. The
Right.
only absurd thing that I saw was in the visa of Egypt. They
Okay.
asked me for a letter from my father or my husband that they don't have a problem for me traveling alone,
Okay.
and I was like, why?
Right.
I mean, will they take a letter from my husband? No. That guy
Right.
was like, no, they will not. I said, then why should I take a
You take
letter?
it. Right. So
And they
you
were
are
like, ma'am,
married?
Middle East. Yes.
I never ever thought that you were like, even like for once in the whole conversation, I was not
Okay.
able to,
So I was married. I'm divorced.
okay, like still, but like, you do not even look of that age that you will be married.
Okay.
That's a
Okay. Let's
compliment.
not go on age. Once on Instagram, I had put that thing that it was going on that ask me anything. I'm telling 80% of the people, what's your age? What's your age? I'm like, dude, what is this fascination about age? Ask me something else. No, ask me about my boyfriend. Ask me
So let's talk
so
about your
they were,
boyfriend. I can ask you about your boyfriend, not a problem for me.
yeah.
So
So yeah, I mean, I'm
how has life
okay.
been like otherwise, after divorce or anything?
I don't mind now. I talk openly because I want women to become confident about the thing. Uh, Again, it's better to be alone than being in a toxic relationship or in a relationship that you are not happy about. So it's that's what I tell people. I'm not pushing people to take a divorce or to separate, but if you're not happy and you know from within, it's better for you and for the other person to part your ways. By the way, me and my ex-husband are best friends.
Wow.
Uh,
How do you manage
Even
that?
now,
Like, how do you still manage
we
that?
were we were maybe we were supposed to be friends. We were never supposed to be a couple, and now we are like chuddy buddies. So we help each other in dating. We help each other in finding the dates, and we talk almost every day. We gossip. uh, it's our relationship has gone to another level without that negativity, which
Negative.
which happens when you're a, I don't know how to say it, but when you're
Yeah.
in a marriage, the expectations are different. The things that are going around are different. Now,
Understand.
after we parted our ways,
You can be yourselves. Maybe
yes,
that's the
yes,
thing.
it's beautiful. I mean, the kind of relation, and not with him, even with his family, with my mother-in-law. I still call her Mummy ji, and I'm planning to go and meet her in. She lives in Jaipur, so I was just going, thinking to give her a surprise. We talk a lot now, and we talk more than we used to talk, and we gossip now. We gossip about so many things, and it's wonderful. And I'm loving this phase. That's what I tell people, that if a relationship is not working and you know it, it's better to part ways and be
Right.
happy about it.
Right.
So in fact, on our divorce day, we were sitting and we were, with our lawyer and with the judge, and we were talking, and he was showing me some video, and we started laughing. So the guy was like, judge na tumhe divorce nahi
कुछ
dega
नहीं
jis
देगा.
tarah se tum kar rahe ho.
So do you plan to, maybe think about marriage in the future, or you are planning to just
Uh,
go like this only? Like, are you planning something?
why not? Why not? Why not? So see, I'm not against marriage. You need someone. I tell this to people. You need someone. Please do not. I'm not saying that, being a woman, be alone and all of that stuff. If you want to be alone, you be alone. But it's okay to have someone in your life.
Right.
I am not that extra feminist. And please, you need someone when you want to cry, when you want to talk to, when you come back home tired. You want to be with that one special person, right? So
Right.
why not? But the only thing is, this time when I get married, I will know that, okay, this is the guy that I can spend my complete life with,
Right.
and he can take my tantrums. He can really take all my, all my mood swings and all of that stuff. That is where I'm going to settle down. And why not? Yes. And probably not also. So I don't know.
Right.
But I'm not against marriage at all. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing.
Right.
uh, it gives you stability. It's an anchor in one's life. It's an anchor. So yeah.
I mean, I actually never thought that, from starting to travel, we will reach over here and, this is like,
Talk about relationships.
yeah, exactly. And actually,
Yeah.
it's so like seeing you talk about this, so comfortably. Otherwise, I will be very honest. What is it like people who have achieved, who are into celebrity positions and everything, they are very okay about talking about this stuff. But we being in a, maybe middle class family, or maybe, being in the regular
Yeah.
society, it kind of, we are not able to talk about. Maybe that's the reason why people do divorce, but people are not able to talk about that much really. But you are in a position, like I literally feel, I feel so positive talking to you about this. And
Thank you.
how confidently you came up, and it's literally an inspiration for anyone out there. That, and you have such a
Thank you.
beautiful home on your own, that, and you travel so much. So it's like, we can be anything. We are, strong enough
Yes. It's
independently.
all here.
Right, exactly.
It's all here.
You have such a beautiful ring on your septum, so it's all here, right? So,
Thank you.
so you, I mean, you are a full package of inspiration right now for me, so
Oh my God.
definitely.
Thank you. Means a lot to me. Means a lot to me. And I always tell this to people when, sometimes women come and they ask me, how do we travel? I just say, book the tickets. आप जब इतना पैसा खर्च करो ना, आप जाओगे, book the tickets. I tell them, just save, book the tickets to wherever, decide a country that, okay, I want to go to Egypt or Russia, book the tickets. And then you will start planning.
Planet. Right?
And
So
it's okay. It will turn out good.
if anyone is traveling for the first time, so what would be, the best, so for a start trip, for a person who is going out for the first time on a solo travel, what is the place that you would recommend?
Uh, okay. So I would start from saying that, okay, start from India itself, because you know the people, you know the language. You, I mean, if something happens, you know whom to call to, and people can send at least some help,
Help.
right? Start from India, and then you go and explore places which are famous, like go to Europe, which are little crowded, always tourists are there, and which even your friends can help you to plan or tell you about things, right? To the
Right.
known places. And then you start exploring the unknown, the places that are not so famous. Because see, these places sometimes can be very isolated. These places can sometimes be very, not so crowded. So then once you have that experience, once you know how to handle yourself, once you know how to judge people, how to be safe, how to be cautious, that's it. Then you are ready to go anywhere and just explore on your own.
And what are the places to start with in India?
Okay, so the current trip that is on my mind, somehow it's there, is Rishikesh.
Okay.
I don't know why. It's such a beautiful place, and I have that place has given me something that I was not I was searching for, but I was not kind of experiencing it. It was that peace. So yeah, so and it's a very safe place. Again, I mean, you can roam around on your own, just book a small hotel or anything, and just take a scooty and just go around. And second place is Goa, of course.
Right.
Goa is like, it's
Yeah,
a go-to place for all of us. And then Himachal. So I went to a small place called Nahan. It's not very famous as well.
I have heard about it, Nahan.
It's beautiful. Again, so any place in India that is that is well known, and your friends can actually tell you that, okay, it's
Right.
safe and it's nice. So
Right.
any place like that, even Andamans,
And
it's very safe, very very safe.
so, what is the, if you are going for maybe 2 days, 3 nights, a weekend package per se for maybe Goa. So, what does it basically cost? around? Like there are so many people out there who want to go to Goa, but they are still, think about budget and everything. So what is the minimum budget or the max? Basically, let's go for maximum budget. What is the maximum budget
Oh,
that you
maximum,
prefer?
I cannot comment because let me tell you one thing. I'm somebody who travels on a budget. I don't splurge money. I hate to splurge money. So I'm not somebody who stays in fancy hotels and take those fancy rides. No. I am a very, very I'll not say confused, but I'm somebody who travels in a budget. So I book my tickets well in advance so that I get it on at a reasonable price. I try to book hotels of which are safe and which are also not like the 7 stars and all of that stuff, which comes in what 4 or 5K per night,
Mm-hmm. Right.
right? Uh, there is this place called Anjuna Villa. I mostly stay there whenever I go to Goa because that's my favorite. They know me, and we are kind of, and I'm kind of, I love that area of near the
Maybe
Anjuna.
you can now ask them कि भैया you know me, give me a discount coupon. जितने भी लोग मेरे through आएंगे, please give them a discount now.
So they will actually, they get so much crowd. They'll say, "के madam जरूरत ही नहीं है." It's always full. Goa is like always full. Yeah. So yeah. So and the tickets if you book in advance, you always get a better price.
Right.
So for a 3-day trip in Goa for a decent stay with car and with all of that stuff, because you have to rent out some vehicle, I think it would be what 25K, 25 to 30K.
For a single person, like that's enough.
Yes.
Okay, that's great.
Again, please, I'm not a foodie. I'm mentioning it here. I don't even drink alcohol, so please remove that part.
I will have to maybe then extra, add extra 5K or 10K just for my fooding experience.
Just for the food. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. So
What is that you love about Rishikesh the most? Like you have mentioned, so many times in the whole conversation about Rishikesh. So what is the one thing, that
it
you love?
it gave me the spiritual path that I was craving from last 3-4 years, honestly. And it has given me that spiritual thing. My spiritual journey, I always tell people, I started from there. So it has given me peace from inside. I know it's all very, it sounds very vague and
No,
kya bol rahe ho,
that's
but
true. That's actually true. Like I believe in
yeah,
it.
there was
So
a time when I was seeing a sunrise in Rishikesh and I was just crying out of happiness. So I have never experienced it. I'm somebody who is always in a hustle, who is always busy with things and who cannot sit at one place and just relax. But Rishikesh is one place that has given me that. It has given me the it has made me understand the idea of sitting at one place and just enjoying the beauty around you, enjoying yourself, talking to yourself, thinking about your thoughts and about everything else. Rishikesh has given me that.
so
So it will
like
always be.
so like now you are on your spiritual journey, or is it like just when you are in Rishikesh?
No. I am very much on my spiritual path. Very much.
So what all has changed since then, or what all you do to maintain that path?
So touch wood, I have started doing meditation regularly now. I do it twice a day. It's just some days that I'm really busy and I have to go to office really early and all of that stuff. I miss it out, but I don't miss on my meditations now. Even if I have to do it for 10 minutes or so, I started reading a lot of books on from different gurus. I whenever I sit or I watch TV, I try to watch something that gives meaning to this journey of mine, like how to do meditation in a much meaningful way, how to uh, how to work on my chakras and all of that stuff. And yeah, so I love wearing Rudraksh. Actually, I just removed it 2-3 days back. So these are few things that has really helped me. I've started doing puja. I was never a puja person. I used to believe in God, but I was not an atheist, but still I was not somebody who will sit and do puja and all of that stuff. But I do it now and I enjoy it. Uh,
Have you
yeah.
seen any changes from
Yes.
till now?
Yes.
What are
Yes.
some of
In
the
fact,
changes?
I was thinking to make a start making reel out of my journey. So honestly, all of us without exception are going through a lot of pain. uh, we are not happy. I mean, we are earning money, we have good houses and all, but honestly, are we happy? No. So I was the same person. I was in depression, not now. So when I got divorced, honestly, as I've told you that loved the person that I got my parted my ways for whatever reason, but I loved that guy and we were together for 12 years. It was a painful experience for me. It was a very, very, very painful experience for me. I was in depression to the extent that I started questioning my life, that why do you have to struggle? Though all those stupid things started popping in my mind, right? Um, that is when I realized that no, life cannot cannot go on like this. My spiritual journey started from there. Then I started exploring, but it did not go to the extent where I'll be happy with myself. I still used to find people to talk to me. I never wanted to be alone. All those, a lot of pain and a lot of how do I tell you, those things were going around me. Uh, After Rishikesh, I have calmed down. I have found my peace. I am happy. I'm really happy in real terms, not just for saying. You will all, and I don't get irritated. I don't get angry now. Um, एंड जो भी होता है ना लाइफ में आई फील हाँ ठीक है इट्स ओके हो गया अभी क्या कर सकते हैं बट आई वाज नॉट लाइक दिस you know it's okay with me now, so I don't know how, but it has got a lot of change from inside, and a beautiful change. uh, I'll just say that I'm happy now in real way.
That I really wish that you get much more happiness that you deserve. Matlab, you are truly like the more I'm listening to you, I feel like more I want to talk to you. So there are so many things. You are confident. You have been through pain, and the most important thing is that you have accepted it and you are able to talk about that. So that actually shows that you have healed through it, and so you can now tell people to who are going through those kind of pains and everything that there is actually light at the end of the tunnel. So
Yes, always.
that's actually something very cheesy or maybe something to say that that there's light at the end of the tunnel, but here's an example of that there's actually light at the end of the tunnel. And today you are this confident person who's traveling around every
Yes.
time, and that really makes me very happy, and I really wish that you find happiness very, 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 very soon.
Thank you so much. Means a lot to me. But again, as you mentioned, I know it sounds very cliched when people say, "Arey, be happy, uh, find happiness wherever you are, don't take stress." I know, but trust me, when you understand the real meaning of these words, it will change your life upside down. When you really one day when you experience that real happiness, your life will change. That smile will never go from your face. It's like that. Sometimes when I'm sitting, I'm just smiling, I'm just thinking about something and I'll be just laughing. That's what I told you, right? I don't remember any negative experiences.
That's so
Somehow
important.
it's just happiness around me, and it can be with anyone. I'm a normal regular person who has so much work. Sometimes I get stressed out because I do freelancing, I do Instagramming, I'm doing a lot of stuff, and I have a job, full-time job.
Right.
It gets over I get overwhelmed sometimes, but it's okay. That's what I'm telling you. I have learned to calm down, to take a step back and breathe and be okay, and then again start working.
So you have decorated this home all by yourself?
Yes, yes.
I have actually seen it so many times in the stories itself,
Yeah.
and
I
it's like it's so pretty, the color, everything. Like you have actually put in so much effort to decorate, all of it. It's very, very, very pretty. Especially
thank you so
your
much.
balcony also, I guess. You have a
Yes,
sister,
yes.
or friend who generally comes up over
She's
and
my sister.
yeah. So
She's not here today. Yeah.
so you generally put up stories with her, when you're in the balcony, and I really love the view and everything. Well, it finally so soothing, and just like I mentioned before, what you are in the inside is what you are on the outside, maybe.
On the
So
outside.
maybe you are this happy person on the inside is what's actually reflecting on your outside, you know, in your surroundings as well.
I think so. And I love colors. I love colors. I mean, any amount of colors are not enough
Too
for me.
much, right?
I I just love colors.
So if
So yeah, I
anyone is
think
beginning with meditation, so you have moved to a certain level, that you are not a pro, I would say, but you have actually gone from a beginner level to maybe a medium level of doing meditation and everything. So what would you suggest to, who is starting with meditation, how to start it, and what should be the process? Like, what is it about?
okay, two things. Meditation is okay. This I learned very lately. I wish somebody would have told me like 4 years back when I was searching for the same question that you asked me. See, हम लोग ना मेडिटेशन को बहुत ओवर रेट करते हैं. अगर कोई आपको बोले ना ब्रेथ पे ध्यान दो, तो आपको लगता है बस कुछ फील ही नहीं हुआ, राइट? यू
Right.
फील कि यार कुछ हुआ नहीं, इसका मतलब माय मेडिटेशन वाज नॉट राइट. वी सीक आउट फॉर सम एक्स्ट्राऑर्डिनरी एक्सपीरियंस, right? No, meditation is simple, calming your mind, and that's it. I will say two things. Only take 15 minutes out of your busy day every day. Just sit. Just sit at one place. You don't even have to concentrate on your breath. This is where I started from. And by the way, this was told to me by a guru whom I met in Rishikesh. I was lucky enough. That's it. You have to just start doing it. I'm telling you, in the morning, sit 15 minutes, and you will see how difficult it is to just sit for 15 minutes without doing anything. How difficult it is for us. And it will it will start stabilizing if you do it daily. It will start calming the monkeys that are running around in our brain. Start from there. The second thing that I do is now a lot of breathing exercises.
Right, like
The very simple one being just concentrate on your breath. Just close your eyes and uh, just see your breath, the way it is going inside you and the way it is coming outside. It's okay. You will have a lot of thoughts. You will start thinking about, आज ऑफिस में ऐसा हुआ, कल उसने मुझे ऐसे कैसे बोल दिया, मुझे ये बोल देना चाहिए था. It's okay. And trust me, when you'll start realizing and you bring it back, that's when you'll start improving. Oh, you think, oh, okay, no, come back. It's okay. So it will happen for at least 2-3 months. I mean, for me now is something that I can at least stretch for 5 minutes and can actually can actually concentrate on my breath for continuously for 5 minutes. The latest thing that I started doing is chakra meditation.
I've heard a bit
Right?
about it, but don't know it, like what it is about. Like I've heard about
I
it.
do it at a very, very basic level, right? Again, so this is one thing that I've learned in this journey. I don't go for कि मुझे बहुत hi-fi कुछ करना है. I want some extraordinary experience. No, I want a simple thing that can calm me down. So in chakras, you know that there are 7 chakras, right? So you just concentrate on each chakra, and there is a word that you have to pronounce, like lam. So lam is the root chakra, is for root chakra,
Okay.
right? And then vam, ram. So you keep on pronouncing and like a mantra. So lam, vam, ram, yam, hum, om, and then soham. So that's all I do. And then you just, whenever you're saying lam, you just feel that part, feel there that the lotus, or I don't even do that sometimes. It's completely okay. You don't have to kind of put your brain into it's just be calm, pronounce, and have your concentration there on that part. So that's all I do. And it has helped me a lot.
Have you ever cried while meditating?
Oh, many times.
And like
Many
this was
times.
the first time, when I did meditation. Like I tried doing meditation, I started crying, and I was like, why am I crying? Matlab, I was the first thing I did after that, I just switched on my laptop and I was googling it. Why do people cry after meditation? Like this is the general source of information, like you all use.
Yeah.
So have you ever found the answer to it? Like why is someone crying while meditating, or what is the reason behind that?
No, and I don't seek answers to those questions now, because I believe those things are beyond this, are beyond our brains to understand. That's why it's called spiritual. They are spiritual experiences. Those are spiritual journeys that you take, and whatever experience you have, just take it along, keep it with you, and move ahead. So that's what I do now. But yeah, so I do cry a lot. Sometimes you experience that somebody's watching you from outside, right? Sometimes you feel that you are getting mixed in some light. That feeling obviously is overwhelming, that somebody is there to take care of you. I'm not alone. So that's the feeling that I get, that, oh, okay, whatever happens, I'm not alone. Somebody's there with me. and that is when I get overwhelmed, then I start crying. But I know one thing, that I cry with a lot of happiness. When I cannot contain that happiness, that is when I just start shedding tears.
That's so beautiful. This whole conversation for me particularly was, very, very beautiful. Is there, something that I would have not spoken about, like you would like to cover, maybe on travel, maybe on your spiritual journey, anything that you would like to share?
We have covered so much. We have covered topics that were beyond the things that we discussed. So I
Right.
think, yeah, probably we can have. I love talking to you. Probably we should have one more conversation around
Conversation, right?
the spiritual,
Spiritual.
yes, relationships,
Exactly.
about spiritual
I
journeys and all of that. So I
actually
would love it.
I actually, was thinking about that, to saying that this should be a another full episode on your spiritual journey. मतलब ये तो इसमें डालना ही नहीं चाहिए. It could be of maybe 1 or 2 hours. मतलब I guess ये चीजें ऐसी है ना कि if we start talking on तो शायद खत्म ही
हाँ,
नहीं होती हैं. मतलब you can go on talking about spiritual things, life and everything for hours, or maybe for days. There are some
yes,
days, or in fact there are some moments, with some people कि टाइम कैसे पास हो जाता है व्हेन यू आर टॉकिंग यू कांट इवन अंडरस्टैंड. मतलब देयर आर बहुत बहुत कभी कभी होता है ऐसा, बट यू स्टार्ट टॉकिंग एंड हो जाता है बस, मतलब पता नहीं चलता एंड यू आर टॉकिंग एंड जस्ट टाइम
पता नहीं
फ्लोज
चला.
बाय.
I know. I think today was that day. I don't even know what is the
The
time.
time, right? I was
So
also
it is,
thinking कि we thought about doing, for 1 hour or something, like I guess अभी तक शायद 1.5-2 घंटे आराम से हो गए होंगे. एंड
even I think so.
अभी भी अगर ऐसा होगा ना कि इफ आई नो कि मेरा कैमरा बंद नहीं होगा तो आई कैन गो फॉर आवर्स. अभी भी ऐसा है. बट आई वुड
No,
डेफिनेटली
honestly, same here.
I would love to, maybe schedule one more, maybe on spiritual things and all these things, maybe in later next month or whenever you are up for it, let me know. We will do this thing again. I would love to
Let's
do
do
that.
that, Unnati. Anytime. I would love to talk to you about whatever I know. I mean, I can only share my experiences that
Experiences,
I
right?
have, and if I can help people out there, I would love to. I mean,
You
people
have
are in so much pain, and
to.
when I see now, it hurts. It really hurts. And for nonsense, for some stupid thing in job, or it is not worth it. How do I tell people it's not worth it, dude? Life is much beyond the the daily stupid things that we do.
It's kind of
Yeah.
actually the society that we are, we have
Yeah.
been bring up in, and
Thank.
except for that it's also like everyone is hustling. Like I myself, like I don't know why I'm saying this, I am also on this side only, like कि ये करना I have to be this by this age, इस age तक ये करना है, हम कहीं पीछे ना रह जाएं, वो सब जो thoughts है ना कि because I guess जब से mass media has come in, जब से mobile and social media has come in, तब से everything is a competition. मतलब
Pressure.
एग्जैक्टली मतलब वो प्रेशर है कि यू आर सीइंग समवन गोइंग, तो अभी लगता है कि कहीं पीछे ना रह जाए. वी आल्सो हैव टू जंप इन एंड गेट आगे बाकी सबसे. तो आई गेस
But this is
काफी
what I think spirituality helps you in. It
राइट.
helps you to love yourself and to be happy, as I mentioned before, to be happy wherever you are. If I'm sitting here talking to you, Nati, I am completely here. All my senses, all my thoughts, all my being of Shivani Singh is here with you, and I'm enjoying this moment. That is what spirituality teaches you. And that's what I do. So when I eat food, I only eat food. Honestly, I enjoy. I mean, I'm not a foodie again, but whatever I'm doing, if I'm watching TV, I'm completely you should see me when I watch TV. So I just laugh if it's a laugh, and if it's a movie that makes me cry, I cry. I don't care who is around me. So that's what I think
Actually,
spirituality.
this is the real meaning of, if anyone wants to give the real definition of spirituality, it would be like you can be or you can feel what you are feeling at that moment. Matlab, you don't want to hide it. Matlab,
Mm,
you are
yes,
aware of your emotions and you are able to express that. Maybe like I am actually able to conclude it from, just like what you said. So it's actually the real meaning of spirituality. मतलब you लोग उसको ले लेते हैं कि you are doing yoga, तुम ये कर रहे हो, ये spirituality. But actually I guess just like you said कि वो वही है कि you are able to show what you are feeling. You are able to express yourself
yes,
fully
yes,
without
and
having.
and it's okay. It's okay to be sad. It's okay. Those are all emotions. It's not possible कि आप हमेशा खुश रहो. Everybody goes through, and it's okay to imbibe them. मुझे ना, I don't understand the concept when somebody is sad and you start pushing the person. Be happy, be positive. How? It doesn't happen, right? I'm telling you the day you will start accepting your negative things and the negative emotions, I don't call them negative emotion also, because everything is emotions. The day you start realizing and you start acknowledging them, that is the day you will know the real difference between being happy and being sad.
Sad. Right.
Yes. So
I
don't
love
push
it.
yourself as in be happy, be happy. I hate it when somebody's sad, when somebody's crying, you just can't go and say that, be positive. And no, it's okay. Let them shed out the thing. Let them take out the thing, and the happiness will automatically come. So it's
Right.
accepting all the emotions and still smiling and being happy.
I guess I don't know. It was a movie or somewhere. Someone was saying this कि जब we are growing up तो हमें ना मतलब कि जैसे हम पेरेंट्स आर लाइक कि बच्चे हमें प्यार नहीं दिखाते हैं. दिस इज समथिंग
Hmm.
ये होता है. तो उसमें ना आई डोंट नो देयर वाज समथिंग दैट आई सॉ. तो उसमें दे सेड कि व्हाइल यू आर ग्रोइंग अप तो आप जब अपना गुस्सा दिखाना चाहते हो व्हेन यू वांट टू शो दैट यू आर सैड व्हेन यू आर नॉट अलाउड टू शो दोज इमोशंस सो हाउ विल यू बी कंफर्टेबल इन शोइंग दैट यू आर हैप्पी. So that line really got me कि मतलब वो भी तो emotions ही है ना. When someone is not
Yes.
able to show that they are maybe sad or they are angry, so how do you expect them कि वो अपनी happiness या अपना प्यार भी
Yes.
आपको दिखा पाएंगे? Everything is emotion. So I really
Yes.
love
And
that
aren't
thing.
aren't we taught from since we are like little kids कि इतना गुस्सा क्यों आ रहा है, गुस्सा मत दिखाओ, दुखी मत हो. Yeah, no, yes, that's how it is. And there's a book called The Mind. The Mind, I don't know if it's the same book you were referring to or the movie. It's mentioned the same thing. It's a beautiful book. You should read about it. You should read that book. I'll
What is
send you
the
the.
book?
It's called The Mind. I forgot the author's name. I'll send you the snapshot of the book. So
Yeah,
just
please.
read the book. It's
Thank you.
beautiful.
Sure. So anything just to conclude the conversation, anything that is left that you would like to say except for all this
I can go on and on and on. So let's have another conversation, probably.
Definitely, definitely.
And
I would love to.
yeah, let's talk again. And yeah, it was lovely talking to you. I mean,
Me too.
I don't remember when I opened up so much, especially on a gram session, because it is generally around travel and
Yeah.
So it was amazing. Let's have
too.
another session. I would love to talk
I
to
would
you.
love to too. Thank you so much, Shivani. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you
joining us today.
so much.
Bye.
Thank you. See you. Bye.
Bye.